Hey there, hero. It's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and I had a couple of conversations this week, both of which, completely unrelated to each other, both of which reminded me of something that I first became aware of when my girls, who are in their mid 20s, were children, were kids. The show Blue's Clues has been on forever, and when I first started watching it with the kids, I noticed something really odd about it. I don't know if you knew this, if you have kids that knew this, but the truth of the matter is that every day, Monday through Friday, Blue's Clues would play the exact same episode every single day. Like, not a progression of episodes where Steve and Blue were doing new things or creating new events, or just every single day. If there was a plot on Monday, the plot on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the show, exactly, word for word, everything, they just basically played the same show. Now, if you knew this already, great. But I wondered why that was, and there was an article in Mental Floss that kind of pointed this out. And I'll give you the reason in just a second, but the reason this came up was I was talking with a voiceover talent who says, yeah, I never do anything the same way twice. I'm an artist. And we were talking about auditions, we were talking about performances, we're actually talking about stage performances. And because I'm always of the mind of, when I find something that works, I just want to ride that for as long as it works. And if it stops working, I'm very happy to go find something else. But what she was saying was, nope, I make sure that every single thing I do is different every single time because I'm an artist. And the way this ties in is we often tend to do that. Look, I know we're all artists. We want to be unique. We want to be groundbreaking. We want to be new and bright and different. But sometimes finding a pattern and sticking with that pattern is really useful. Now, the article in Mental Floss was dealing with why kids love to hear the same storybooks every night when they go to bed, right? Why do kids love that? No, read me Rainbow Fish again for the 500th time. And the reason that they gave in the article was the same reason that Nickelodeon and the people that produced Blue's Clues made a concerted effort and a conscious choice to play that same episode every single day for 5 days. Now, if you've never watched Blue's Clues, it was a series of visual puzzles in some cases, where Blue would hide the bone behind the couch, the blue couch or the red couch. And Steve would say, "Where's the bone, Blue? Kids, do you know where the bone is?" And of course, my daughter's like, "It's behind the blue couch. It's behind the red couch." They would, I still remember, like, to this day. And the reason that they did it 5 days in a row, exactly the same episode with the same questions and the same quizzes and the same puzzles to solve, is because on Monday, the kids didn't know. And then, of course, they found out on Tuesday. Did they remember? Maybe. And, if they did, great. If they didn't, that's okay. They got reminded again where the bone was, behind the red couch. But by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they knew. And what that did was it engendered a feeling of accomplishment. And it's the same thing when kids are read a storybook at night. They know what's coming in the story. And so they get to sometimes fill in the lines, and they get to that feeling of accomplishment. Now, what does this have to do with us? Sometimes we go a step too far and we think, oh, that thing that's been working for me, yeah, I got to change it up. I'm an artist. I can't be caught doing the same thing twice. But if something's working for you, if the way you're auditioning for something, or if the way you're dealing with certain material, certainly the way you're pronouncing a word when you're narrating an audiobook, you don't want to go from schedule to schedule just because it's cool or it's British, right? Unless you are British, and then you'd never be caught dead saying schedule. But the point is, sometimes being consistent is a good thing and not against the idea of being an artist. Does that make sense? Let me know if what I'm talking about hits you in a good way. I know that some of you will sit there and go, "Sorry, I'm doing it different every time. I can't help myself." Okay, but think about what you might be giving up by not riding a winning horse over and over and over again. If you have a really good, natural, positive, conversational delivery that works for you, consider doing it more than once. Be like the kids that want mom or dad or uncle or aunt, whoever, to read them that same story every single night. Tell me what you think about this. The comment box is below the video. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this, and I'd love to hear if you just are committed to doing things differently, or if you found some things that work and you're okay with doing them the same. If you'd like to be on my list, I mean, here's the thing. These videos, I could have, not very easily, but I could have made them all different. Every single one of them different. And the artist in me might have felt some satisfaction about that. But the idea that they open with something that's familiar, you hear me mention my name, that's familiar, you hear me talk about things, you know I'm going to ask you to make comments, you know I'm going to ask you to join my list. By the way, there's a box called Get on the List on the bottom of this page if you're watching at voheroes.com, and I'd love for you to be on the list. And you also know what's coming next, and it might be comforting. It might be something that's like, oh, great. It's what I've come to know. It's what I've come to expect. So there you go. I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.